Courtney Walsh is bowling to Mike Atherton.
Good morning, England captain.
Both Michael Atherton and Brian Lara said they thought that this pitch was a bit damp. Well, there is the evidence.
4 balls later, we got the first sign of trouble from this new pitch.
That's flown at Atherton. Pretty well played in the end. Atherton hasn't enjoyed it.
You can actually see a piece of the pitch going pretty low towards Mike Atherton. Obviously the ball hitting him very, very hard, but again you can see that this pitch just playing a little bit awkwardly. There goes the piece. The ball hit him on his glove while the piece of the pitch hit him on his boot.
The rain returned and the players were off for an hour as the ground staff took an age to get the covers off. We can now return to the action in the second over. Ambrose is bowling to Stewart with a no ball on the board.
Oh my goodness. That's flown at Stewart and smashed into his hand. 4 runs will be the signal, but Stewart having desperate problems with that delivery. It looks like we've got another totally unsatisfactory test pitch here.
Well, it's the same problem again, Bob. Trying to relay a pitch a few months before you're actually playing a serious match on it. That is a good length delivery. And it just took off. Luckily for Alex Stewart, when it hit him on his glove, it did not go to any of the fielders. But I still think that these pitches are being played on much too quickly after being totally relayed. 4 feet of this pitch again was taken out. Similar in Jamaica. I don't think you can really expect to play test matches on a pitch that has been relayed as deep as these two have been this quickly.
Michael Atherton facing Courtney Walsh, still on 0. Not any longer. Roland Holder doing the fielding.
And well played again. Just swaying out of the line of the ball on this occasion, Michael Atherton. Bit of sideways movement for Courtney Walsh as well, pitching and seaming away from the right-hander. What this pitch needs is some good bright sunlight and quite a bit of breeze as well. I think the surface just needs a bit of drying out.
No third man, Ramanarayan in pursuit. Lovely looking outfield here. Quite slow after that heavy shower of rain. 4 from that over, England 9 without loss. A lot of changes to this Antigua recreation ground. Even the cheaper seats, the bleachers have been renovated. Just concrete and wooden benches over there, but a much better viewing area than it used to be. New stand next to the Viv Richards Players Pavilion. Franklin Rose at point. There's only Franklin Rose at point and Courtney Walsh down at long leg who aren't in catching positions. Everybody else is waiting for the misplaced stroke defensively. Slips, a gully, silly point, short leg and a short extra cover. Stewart looking to be positive.
Well, this is pretty much the way that Alex Stewart plays. And especially on a pitch like this, you have got to be positive. There's no point just hanging around because you at any time can get a delivery that you just cannot play. Always looking to play shots, Alex Stewart. Pretty good average that in this series so far. Yet to get to 3 figures, but quite consistent.
Stewart be happy with that average of just around 45. Well, let's move several inches off the seam. And after every ball, the batsman has to go down and repair the surface.
Of course, it's the bowler who gets the ball to move off the seam, but that one carrying through quite nicely to Junior Murray. Obviously, the bowler has no control over the carry. He has the control over the direction that the ball moves. It's good bowling by Courtney Walsh. One away and then the next in. And a good carry. I get the impression, Bob, that if this pitch dries out, we just might get back to the usual ARG pitch. Good for batting.
Edged. Murray was on his way down the leg side, and Walsh can't believe it. He hasn't had any luck in this series with the ball. All the drop chances seem to have been off Courtney Walsh. And that's not a great start for Junior Murray.
Definitely not. A regulation catch, this one. And it goes between the first slip and the wicketkeeper. I would have to say that was Junior Murray's catch. The ball would not have carried on the full to Brian Lara. It passed pretty close to Junior Murray.
Well, the ball, according to Junior Murray, was going to seam down the leg side. You could see his movement down there, edged. It was definitely the keeper's catch. It would have been a miraculous catch for first slip to dive forward and take that. But you see, Murray's weight is on his left foot. He was on his way down the leg side. And look at Walsh's frustration. A let off for Atherton. Through the slips again. This time Ambrose suffers.
Well, Brian Lara did all the right things. Of course, he was the one spinning the coin. Didn't have to call, but he won the toss and asked England to bat. And 2 chances now have gone a begging. Shivnarayan Chandrapal, the man on this occasion, moving to his left.
I think we've missed most of that weather. Walsh is running into the breeze, so we should have missed that dark stuff behind him. Going back to the West Indies team, Michael, they've got a break after this Test and one-day series against England. It seems to be sort of brown paper and sticking plaster selection for this series, just to get through and try and hold on and beat England. But surely not all these players will go to South Africa, will they?
I think that's the problem that most people are seeing with this series so far. It certainly has been a matter of putting a few plasters on a few sores. And that is not quite what I expected to be happening on this tour. I thought perhaps this tour would have been used to build towards the future, putting a few youngsters on this tour, giving them a chance and seeing if they were good enough, and perhaps taking them to South Africa if they were. It's pretty difficult to see all these senior guys, a couple that have been brought back, senior as well, going to South Africa and no youngsters.
In a strange sort of way, I think Atherton and Stewart are enjoying themselves out there. It's a real test of their technique. Extra bounce that time from Walsh.
But again, although there is bounce, there is no great pace. The ball dying on the way to Junior Murray, just taking it by his bootlaces. But it's a real challenge out there. I think both Atherton and Stewart will be quite pleased with their performance if they do manage to survive and give England a good start.
England haven't used anything like as many players as the West Indies during the series. Chris Silverwood and Ashley Cowan have had no opportunity. They'll be returning home not having played any tests. It's well taken by Murray. Really leapt and seamed down the leg side.
I'm not too sure that did not take a bit of the bat there on the way through. Looked very close. I think definitely a bit of an inside edge. So technically a chance, but I don't think too many people would really blame Junior Murray for that one.
Very well played again by Michael Atherton. These two may not be scoring any runs, but they're doing a famous job for England at present.
Yes, it's important that they do survive these torrid periods. It's what they have got to try and survive, because I'm sure this pitch will even out a bit later on. Should be pretty good for batting, or at least that's what most people will be hoping. This is something that we missed out on in Barbados, Bob. We didn't see any pools in Barbados. It's back here at the ARG.
Can only be from the UK.
At least they're both the same colour.
Runs this time for Atherton. We'd gone for a spell of 17 balls before that 2 to Atherton.
Oh, more problems for Stewart.
This is a tough nugget. Alex Stewart right in line again, the ball bouncing above the pad and smashing into his arm.
You think that when you have your arm guard on with your left hand, your front hand off, you'd have no problems, but that one, it is backhand, the right. Apart from the 3 senior men of Ambrose, Walsh and Bishop, I would expect that Nixon McLean would definitely go to South Africa as well. Franklin Rose and perhaps Mervyn Dillon. But I think they certainly have to take a spinner. Ramnarine, I think, would be the man to go as a spinner. So 6 fast bowlers and the spinner Ramnarine. That's 7. Might have to take a pretty big squad, Bob.
Ball. How far in advance of the tour will the selectors pick that side, do you suppose?
I don't suppose they'll pick that team until perhaps just about August, September, near to the end of the English season. So just to make sure that all the fellas that are playing in England are fit and well. I would think on a tour of South Africa, the West Indies will be thinking to take perhaps 16 players. 7 bowlers, 7 batsmen and 2 wicket keepers, I would think.
Oh. Well, that is very painful. Stewart's in trouble here. Ball leaping from a pretty good length, nipping back into Stewart.
Look at this delivery. How do you play these? Wow.
Yes, in fact, Stewart was looking to get his weight onto his front foot when that ball leapt up at him.
Atherton just doing a bit of gardening there again to try and smoothen out that last spot. But this certainly is a bit awkward for batting. It's still there, Alec. Yes, still there. Just hurting a bit.
See the reaction of Michael Atherton at the other end. So tough on England, trying to force their way back into this series. Denied that opportunity on the last day in Barbados. If England play the better cricket, they could get back and draw it 2 matches each. But looks like a bit of a lottery on this track. Won't reach the fence. 3 to Atherton. So that means Alex Stewart will be back on strike to the second ball of Walsh's 6th over.
Of course, with the rain about, it's easier fielding than batting. The fast bowlers come out. Every time there's a break, the batsmen have to refocus. But unfortunately, no wickets. Not totally the fault of the bowlers, of course. They did what they had to do. Were badly let down by the slip cordon. This is what happened earlier on. Courtney Walsh bowling to Atherton. I think that's a new highway that they have opened up here at the ARG. Then that was short of Ambrose, and then again short of Ambrose.
Well played. Beautifully played through mid-on. Another long chase for Franklin Rose. The ball pulling up on this lush outfield. Well, England will be pleased with their work. Very difficult first session for them, interrupted by rain. Only 11 overs bowled before lunch. England reaching 25 for no wicket. Michael Atherton, the captain, on 13. Alex Stewart on 10. England going to lunch on the first day, having been put in by Brian Lara, have reached 25 for no wicket. And just the 2 bowlers used by Brian Lara, the old faithfuls Walsh and Ambrose, yet to take a wicket.
That was the situation at lunch, but afterwards we had a very heavy shower and play was delayed. Undeterred, the England fans enjoyed themselves, but the players weren't in the mood for partying. The covers eventually came off after a protracted mopping up process, and some water had leaked onto the square. Enough sand to form Antigua's 366th beach was thrown down, and finally at 4:45 the players came out for the 12th over of the day, bowled by Ambrose to Atherton.
Oh, that's a beauty. You can't play those. Atherton could bat against Ambrose for 10 years, and he wouldn't lay a bat on that sort of leg cutter.
Pursed lips and an exhalation of breath is the reaction from Michael Atherton. He's missed that by 6 inches to a foot. Ambrose is running in quite beautifully. He knows that he's got to pitch the ball reasonably far up on this pitch. He's running in a very relaxed manner, not steaming in, not charging in.
Roar of approval as Atherton's glove and bat hand learns him a single.
There'll be 1 or 2 anxious glances up at the sky.
It's gone up in the air. It's going to fall safely between Lara and Ambrose.
Well, you've got to say he's lucky to get away with that. It's not the best advised of strokes. Top edge, which is really probably the back of the bat, and it's just looped over Junior Murray and down to fine leg. I think it's very difficult for batsmen when they're batting on a pitch like this. Anything short, and that was short from Walsh, they may have made their minds up to have a go at. It's the fuller length delivery that's the real problem.
It's that man Ambrose again. Van Rijn takes the catch in the gully. And once again, Curtly Ambrose picks up the wicket of Michael Atherton, and England 1 down for 27.
Well, I said it was the fuller length delivery that was the problem, causing the problem. Atherton feeling for that, looking to get forward, but not over it. Snapped up by Ramnarine, and he's gone for 15, the England captain. England are 27 for 1.
England deciding not to send in the night watchman yet. Mark Butcher taking his normal place in the batting order at number 3. He joins his Surrey colleague Alex Stewart and replaces the England captain Michael Atherton.
Who has fallen to Curtly Ambrose yet again. Good sharp catch from Ramnarine at gully. Very much appreciated by Curtly Ambrose. Good length delivery. Atherton feeling for it outside off stump.
Dismissal of Atherton. Curtly Ambrose's 333rd Test wicket. There we are, 333. The average is fantastic. Mark Butcher concerned about the viewing area behind Ambrose because the tall paceman's now going to come round the wicket. This has been a regular feature of Ambrose's bowling against the left-handed players. Gone for it, and Lara's got it. That's a poor shot from Butcher, sitting in the dressing room all day. And Ambrose is in amongst England again.
Well, that really was a poor shot from Mark Butcher. First ball round the wicket from Ambrose. It's, well, I suppose you could say it was being aggressive. Foolhardy more likely. Lara juggles it, takes the catch, and Ambrose has got 2 wickets in 3 balls. Butcher's gone for 0, 27 for 2.
Now we do see the night watchman. Dean Headley strides out to join Alex Stewart. A terrible shot from Mark Butcher, but not easily taken by Lara.
Little juggle, which will have made Curtly Ambrose heart leap to his mouth. I think Butcher may have been put in at number 3, made to come in his usual spot, because he had the technique to bat on this sort of pitch. Well, that certainly wasn't what was required by England's number 3. A loose stroke, and the West Indies are rampant. Dean Headley's got a task on his hands here. Coming in as night watchman to partner Alex Stewart.
They've been dancing all day, but not quite like that. Bowing to the Messiah. Stewart's gone for it. He's hit it in front of square. Outfield rather sluggish after all the rain we've had today.
Not sure this is the best possible approach from Courtney Walsh. Problems for the batsman of the ball from the ball that's pitched up.
Scott through.
Well, you'd thought Chanderpaul would have learnt his lesson. He's dropped Stewart twice now at his left hand. He's wide. You can see the gap between second and third slip. It's a wide gap. He's gone full length to his left.
Quality of the light is a lot poorer. Headley's coming back. Holder's the fielder.
3 runs have been added, and Ambrose is bowling to the night watchman Headley.
Gone straight into the lap of Lara. And this time Lara holds it at first attempt. 3rd wicket for Curtly Ambrose. The night watchman goes. And England are now 38 for 3.
Well, Headley's done pretty well to get an edge to this. He played very straight. This time the ball takes the edge and Lara takes the catch. England 3 down for 38. Headley's gone for 1.
Nasser Hussain comes in to replace the night watchman Dean Headley. Hussain has had a pretty rough series of it, one way or another. And with England at 38 for 3, he joins Alex Stewart.
Ambrose's line has been immaculate all morning. Headley felt he had to play that. Ball just leaving him off the seam. And the night watchman just following the ball and guiding it almost into Lara's hands.
In the air, not too far away from Clayton Lambert. They'll come back for 2.
I think the West Indies fancy getting Hussain out in this short leg position. Ambrose altering his line. Nasser Hussain's confidence must have been shattered. He's had some poor decisions against him in this series, but his last 2 or 3 innings have been poor.
Just dropped short. So twice now there's been excitement for Clayton Lambert in that position. Once in the previous over, the ball was well wide of him. Now it's short.
Doesn't take long for the West Indies to do their homework on a batsman. We saw in the last over Ambrose bowling exactly the same line at Hussain, and they're very, very poor defensive strokes.
First time that Ambrose has overpitched. Hussain making sure that he earns 3 from that sensible push through the covers. Stewart's got a thick inside edge for a single the mid-wicket, and England move to 50. No mean effort, actually, to do it for 3 down at this stage. The way things were yesterday, you could have easily seen a rush of wickets. Flashed away by Hussain. It's not a bad stroke. What he's doing is going at the width of the ball and going at it hard, going with all his conviction.
No swing at all there for Franklin Rose with that delivery.
Chance for Gravy to do the waltz for us, or at least a version of it. Very well fielded indeed. I mean, that away to your left side and done with brilliant reactions by Dinanath Ramnarine.
Dinanath Ramnarine certainly has been a revelation. He's absolutely brilliant in the field. He's just a good cricketer.
From Rose, the ball coming in at Stewart, feeding him for pace and a hint of movement as well.
Well, Franklin Rose will always be looking to pitch the ball up. There we see that delivery going between bat and pad, well pitched up, just a bit of movement in towards him in the air, and then continuing off the seam. That is good bowling. He perhaps was looking for the ball to go away. It's 57 for 4.
Graham Thorpe has made his way to the crease. He's here on the back of the end of Alex Stewart to a lovely bit of bowling from Franklin Rose. Ball darting back off the seam. We'd seen the outswing of Michael earlier in the over. This is the 3-card trick.
And he's away now. Mixed series for Graham Thorpe. 100 at Bridgetown. His first 100 against the West Indies. And that's a super shot. So the first aggressive middled pull we've seen, and it's got Thorpe 4 runs.
Well, it's a fantastic shot. Into position very, very early. On the side off stump, that ball. Watching it all the way onto the bat. Always in control of it. And that takes Graham Thorpe to 1,000 runs now against the West Indies.
3 stands around this ground, named after former players, with Richards Pavilion, Andy Roberts stand, and the Richie Richardson Antigua Commercial Bank stand. Change of bowling now. Ambrose has been removed from the attack to be replaced by Dinanath Ramnarine, who will bowl as leg spinners from the pavilion end. That's got to be close. He's been given out. I think that's coming back to hit middle and leg. I don't think there was much doubt about it at all. Surprised there wasn't an even bigger appeal.
Graham Thorpe's not very happy about this. I'm not quite sure why. It's pitched, it's turned. Now, unless he's hit that, which I don't think he has, that is absolutely plumb.
Graham Thorpe has gone for 5, and England are now 66 for 5. Mark Ramprakash comes in at number 7 for England, with his team perilously placed.
If there's no bat on this, which I don't think there is, doesn't appear to be any bat. I'm not sure there's any bat on that. And if there isn't any bat, let's put it this way, they don't come much plumber.
Ramnarine again. Ramprakash is off the mark.
It's a nice piece of cricket. Ramprakash looking to get down the track. Ramnarine just adjusting his length, making the batsman play defensively in the end.
Got away with it. That's the danger of playing across the line of the spin. The ball spinning towards the slip fielder, and Ramprakash looking to hit it on the onside, nearly paying the price. It's a very good stroke from Nasser Hussain. Again, he let the ball come to him. Crucial when you're playing the ball on the up at the top of its bounce that you let it come all the way and play it underneath your eyes, and that's what he did there.
It's a nice shot too. This time there will be runs for Ramprakash. Walsh wouldn't have wanted that chase to the boundary, having just started another bowling spell.
The fire brigade, would you believe? They've got a quiet half an hour. Nice platform to peer over the road and the wall and get a look at
very fine. He's looked for that sweep shot. He hasn't hit it before, but he's got hold of it this time. Very fine indeed. And that's the 6th boundary of the innings. Good save again, Ram Narayan in the gully. He really has proved himself a very alert, very athletic close fielder.
It's a good shot from Ramprakash. He got over the top of that, hit it down into the ground. Good stop.
Well, that's the longest of long hops. And it really was put away quite extravagantly by Hussain. West Indies being handicapped here also by the absence of Carl Hooper. Apparently he's got a splitting headache, maybe a migraine, and he's gone off, and Jimmy Adams is on the field. Nice shot. Collects 2.
Ramprakash has made just 6.
Catch it!
In the air. But safe. Quite get hold of that. At last, the 100 up for England in the 59th over. That's a good shot. But again, Ramprakash won't get a boundary for it. 2 to him. It's 103 for 5. Gravy.
Some people might say thank God for that.
Wait.
Well, eventually they decide to take the run. Once again, Rowan Holder a bit shaky in the field. Terrific catch. Top edge from Nasser Hussain. And a quite brilliant catch by Rowan Holder. He's mistimed some dives in the outfield, but when it mattered and the ball was in the air, Rowan Holder grabbed it.
That was brilliant. We have seen him misfield while the ball has been rolling around, but that was a very, very good catch.
Jack Russell, England's wicketkeeper, in at number 8.
That's it!
And Russell goes without troubling the scorers. And Ram Narayan has picked up a 3rd wicket.
Narayan certainly has been getting a fair amount of turnout here, and bowling to the left-hander, the bad pad was always on the cards. Bit of an inside edge onto the pad, and Clayton Lambert does the rest.
Celebrations continue around the ground. 2 wickets in quick succession brings Andrew Caddick out to the middle in at number 9. Cash looking for runs, gives his wicket away, and Walsh for once getting a wicket with a rank long hop.
Just as we were saying that Courtney Walsh wasn't having much luck, he certainly has bowled quite a few deliveries a lot better than that one. Ramprakash, seeing a bad delivery, thought to himself, I've got to try and capitalize. He didn't. That is a big mistake. It's 105 for 8 England.
Well, that'll give them at Lord's something to think about. Is Gus a registered batmaker?
Batted on the hook as well and gets 4. It's not the best bowling from Courtney Walsh, you've got to say. Michael Holding is behind me, urging him to pitch it up. High in the air. Oh, well done. Courtney Walsh, she's a good catcher in the deep. A really tricky little number that was against the very bright sky, swirling in the breezes that have been all around the recreation grounds here in Antigua. And beautifully judged.
This is an excellent catch.
He's hit that really hard and gets 4 for it. Just a smear and very effective. 121 for 9.
He's played it on. That's the end of the innings. England all out for 127. The lowest score ever recorded in the 13 test matches played here at the Antigua Recreation Ground.
Dug in short, very uncomfortable for Fraser, who tried to play it, got his elbow, I think, the right elbow, and then cannoned into off stump.
That really was an ordinary performance. Only 4 players reached double figures, and the batting struck me as being thoroughly aimless. Ramnarine took 4 wickets for the first time in a test match. Courtney Walsh did the donkey work, and Ambrose finished with 3. But a test venue. In those 7 weeks, a huge amount of work has been done by a Florida-based company to relay the outfield with Bermuda grass, and the results at first sight are very impressive. But that's not all. Work has also gone on to build 3 new stands, one named in honour of Richie Richardson, and there's been the welcome addition of a special area for those in wheelchairs. Add to all this the unique Antiguan atmosphere of chickies, disco and Gravy's antics, and the recreation ground becomes one of the best stadiums to watch Test cricket. So what can West Indies' dashing openers do? 2 runs are on the board as we join the second over. Angus Fraser is bowling to Philo Wallace.
Well, that's not a bad shot to get off the mark with.
Well, if there was any question mark about the way Philo Wallace had played, he's answered them with the first ball he's faced.
Well, Buckner had to very quickly take evasive action. So Clayton Lambert now gets into the boundary business. Dropped it. Very easy catch. Straight in and straight back out. And Wallace was almost run out. It's all happening here at the Antigua Recreation Ground. A cut straight into the chest of the captain. And Michael Atherton let it slip to turf. What an exciting over we've had.
And there's the run out. If that had hit, well, Wallace was on his way.
That is mightily struck. That is a mighty blow. That is a fantastic shot from Philo Wallace.
I don't see a better pull stroke than that anywhere in the world. Brilliant stroke.
Over the top. Gone away. Just bounced inside. This is magnificent stuff for this crowd here. We saw it in Barbados. And Philo Wallace is on the rampage.
Too short again. Through straight mid-wicket for 4. pushed away through the onside, this time by Lambert. Yet another boundary. 7 fours and a 6, and we're only in the 7th over of the innings. Beaten away, it's got straight through. Philip Tufnell away for yet another 4.
That was powerfully hit. Brushed his hands and still raced into the boundary.
That's the 50 partnership. And the 3rd successive 50-run partnership between Lambert and Wallace. A partnership coming up in just 44 balls and in 37 minutes.
Well, there's 4 more. Down to third man. Pretty impressive. Third man's in now. And even though third man's there, Wallace gets 4 more square on the offside. And this time this goes the other side of third man. Philo Wallace up to 40. West Indies 69 without loss. Bit of width from Tufnell, and that's going to be 6 more. This time Clayton Lambert on the maximum trail. And again, this time it's over, long off. Caddick is chasing back, but won't get there.
And he's found the gap again. It's been a feature of this innings from Philo Wallace. Not just the power of his stroke play, but the placement too.
That's his 50. So Philo Wallace gets his 2nd half century in succession. And since he's returned to this West Indies side, his consistency has brought him scores of 45, 61, and now 50. Be saved. There is a long off back, and they've just picked up 2. First really violent shot we've seen from Philo Wallace in some time. Raises a 100 partnership for the West Indies.
It's tossed up again, and the shout of catch.
And that's over the top. Good clean hit. So Philo Wallace gets in the mood. And Prakash now decides to change the angle to the left-hander. He comes around the wicket. And that'll bring up his 50.
And the big man of Antigua, Curtly Ambrose, just opening the door, applauding his batsman. Well played. He'll pick up 2 runs for it. So secret to that shot, just not trying to hit it too hard. Just using the pace of the ball. Almost Playing it as a reverse lap. Similar principle. Not the case of hitting it, just deflecting the ball. Premeditated, goes down very early and just works it round the corner.
He's very good at that. When it's too short, it's an easy stroke on a slow pitch. When it's just short of the length, it's a difficult stroke. And Lambert's very quickly in the position to do it. In the air, dropped it. Not a difficult chance to Stewart. A bad moment for England.
And not the first of the bad moments. This is his second opportunity now to get rid of Clayton Lambert. Not a difficult catch. Got to him just about knee-high. And he failed to hold on. They have already paid dearly for the first opportunity when Michael Atherton dropped him at gully.
Runs here for Wallace because the ball's gone so fine. It was an under edge. Came inside the line even of the leg slip fielder, and Lambert makes it back for 3. That's very good running. Neither are natural athletes, but both are very aware of what's involved out there, batting together as a partnership. Edged again, this time didn't carry. Well, he's riding his luck against Headley, who's bowling a lovely line at him.
We have seen so many occasions Clayton Lambert just allowing those balls outside the off stump to go through by playing inside the line. But what Headley is doing is pitching the ball in line with the stump, so he has to play.
Oh, gone. Dragged it onto the stumps. Bit of extra bounce from Headley. The ball coming off gloves, I think. What a disappointment for Wallace. 2 good balls in a row from Dean Headley, the second of them getting the wicket. Here's the captain of the West Indies. Marvellous career record with that best score, of course, here 4 years ago, the best score in the history of the game in the Test match, passing Sir Garfield Sobers, who came onto the field to congratulate him. Dropped it. Goodness me. Just when you thought the nightmare was over for England with the wicket of Wallace, it's reoccurred. Mark Butcher, the man who put down the chance. Dean Headley, the bowler.
This was powerfully hit, though. Seems as if it got to Mark Butcher a lot quicker than he expected. Seemed shocked when the ball hit his hands. But he's a strong man, Clayton Lambert. And that hit his hands very powerfully and went a long way over that right shoulder.
It's got through, it'll run away. The outfield cricket today. Streaky boundary for Lara, but it's 4 runs all the same. I think when Caddick has bowled well, he's bowled the best of any of the seamers, but it's only sort of one spell in 4 or 5. Missed out in Guyana when England just played the 2 frontline seamers. Another good delivery from Headley. And once again, he's conceded 4 runs. This is very unlucky indeed. A very harsh learning curve for young Headley. There's no third man for Fraser, and consequently 4 more runs to Lambert and the West Indies.
Not to have a third man is just giving them 4 runs every time.
Atherton is going to give Dean Headley a rest, and he is going to turn back to Philip Tufnell. And the batsmen just find another gap to find. Very good batting indeed. Well, yesterday we saw Gravy strutting his stuff. He was dressed as a woman in the earlier part of yesterday, but then got into his cricket kit to mimic Wallace and Lambert. Rather Spanish look to him today. Risky, but effective. 200's up for the West Indies.
Lara chancing his luck here. Not quite to the pitch, but still clears the infield. And it's too straight for that deep mid-wicket to do anything about.
Beautifully bisects the fielders. Another Lara boundary. West Indies already leading by 80.
Hey, cheeky stuff, well run. Very quick out of the blocks, Brian Lara, and quick to respond, Clayton Lambert.
Andy Caddick is coming on now. First time we're seeing him for the day, taking over from Phil Tufnell. That's a hearty blow. That is typical Clayton Lambert. No real finesse about that, but just authority, confidence, power. It won't go all the way this time. They'll be anxious to come back for 3, and the boundary out there is long enough that they can get it quite comfortably.
Lara didn't get that, not by any means. Phil Tufnell will, just.
And a delicate little shot by Lara, not quite as he intended it, but he still will pick up 3 for it. Lovely stroke. Everything perfect.
Well, it is, but it's not much of a ball, if we're honest. He's bowled a couple of half volleys since his comeback, Caddick. And now he's slipped in the juicy full toss just outside off stump to the best batsman in the world. Now that is brilliant. The problem with the bit of bowling was it was too wide, and Lara preyed upon that. But all he did was use the length of the ball to hit it at the top of the bounce and smash it over extra cover. This is already a little gem of an innings from Lara.
That's a big hit. What a magnificent strike. And what a way to bring up a half-century. He does most things in style, Brian Lara. Are we going to see something special once again from the little master here?
Yes, a magnificent piece of time, just drifting in. He's been setting himself up for this shot. Now he lifts that up into the new Richie Richardson stand, and it is very well caught by that spectator. Excellent catch. Unfortunately, he was 10 yards over the line.
Well, Lambert was gone if that was anywhere near. It wasn't a great piece of running by Lara. He covers his eyes.
Well, I think this might have been a case of a bit of counting by West Indian captain. last ball of the over, and he wants to keep the strike, but, well, in fact, Nasser Hussain probably had a bit of time to steady himself before throwing that. He wasn't to know that, of course.
Good work. Although the ball was outside off stump, Lara's decided that the leg side is the place to hit Angus Fraser.
Well, what determines the shot is the length of the ball. He's looking to pull him as he has throughout the series. Tremendous piece of fielding there by Stewart. That's hit very hard.
Lambert's come a long way this time, and again England can't hit the stumps.
Alex Stewart can see the lighter side of that, if there is one. He's just pulled off the impossible and hit the stumps. And this time, he would have been out, Clayton Lambert.
Perfect conditions for watching and perfect conditions for batting. A race away fine for 4 more. Even the reliable Fraser, I think, is at his wit's end here now. Deftly played again. Now seeing the fielder was Phil Tufnell, not with the strongest of arms. Gets back for the second.
Climbed into that one. He's touched that all right. He's touched it for 4. He smashed that in between deep long on and deep mid wicket, and it's 4 more. Swept, and Lara picks his spot again. This is almost too easy for him. And he's clubbed it straight back past Tufnell, and it was very possibly a chance.
Well, you can say a couple of things. It was in the air. It passed close to Tufnell. But I don't think you can say it was a chance. Well, there was a chance of Tufnell losing a finger, I suppose.
He's picked the gap again. So quick on his feet. And times the ball so well, Brian Lara. It's 4 more. Caddick to Lambert. So 300 up for the West Indies. It's come up in 308 minutes. Good line from Caddick, a bit more pace, a bit more bounce. I think Lara was trying to be a bit cheeky there and dab it between Russell and third slip. Oh, what a brilliant catch. Alex Stewart has flung himself to his right and has ended a spectacular innings in spectacular fashion.
This was powerfully hit from Brian Lara. Was really travelling at a great pace, but Alex Stewart held on. Well, they have dropped so many catches, England. They'll be happy that they managed to hold on to one, especially that of Brian Lara. It's 300 for 2.
New batsman is Shivnarine Chandapal, who comes out to replace Brian Lara. In the air and just over the head of Angus Fraser. This 100 here just could be on the mind of Clayton Lambert.
He wants to. Oh, it must be struggling. Must be struggling. Yep. Awful trouble coming back for the second there.
Always struggling. Andy Caddick, the fielder, one of the strongest arms in the England team, and he just made it. Wow, what a relief for Clayton Lambert.
Spectacular scenes if Lambert gets them. And he has. The stadium erupts. And Clayton Lambert is absolutely delighted. His maiden first-class 100. Made here at the Antigua Recreation Ground at the age of 36. Mark Ramprakash is coming on to replace Dean Headley. Edge and gone. Yeah, Clayton Lambert has walked. Ramprakash's first ball of his spell has turned, bounced, and Lambert's long innings is over. He's gone for 104. And Clayton Lambert into the first ball of Mark Ramprakash's spell gives a nice gentle edge through to Graham Thorpe at slip. Carl Hooper comes in at number 5 for the West Indies.
Hooper has gone over the top. Typical Hooper shot. Rolls away for 4. Put it down. Well, England have shelled so many catches. Phil Tufnell this time to his left, his good side. It's coming pretty hard to him, but he got both hands to it.
Yes, I'm afraid there's a real end of tour look to England's out cricket.
He's gone. Now that's the 27th wicket for Angus Fraser. Cyril Mitchley raising the finger.
Chandapal once again crab-like across the crease, wandering across his stumps. Just a hint of swing and trapped in front. Not much doubt about that one. None in Mitchley's mind anyway. Chandapal goes for just 5. It's taken him 40 deliveries, and the West Indies now 4 down for 324.
So Roland Holder comes out. Got it past and timed so well that even though Headley seemed to anticipate it, it was really timed extremely well, and 4 runs once it passed him. We've had a number of brilliant shots so far in this West Indies innings. There haven't been many better than that.
There's a pickup from Carl Hooper. Chipped over mid-wicket for 4. gone for it again. This time, the outcome will be as successful, even though the execution of the shot wasn't quite as good. Holder's in on the act now. You won't see a better off drive than that.
Brilliant shot. By no means a half volley. Just playing through the line of the ball, Roland Holder. And what was even better about the shot is that he kept it all along the ground.
Edged and between Russell and Slip. I don't think it was a chance.
Well, they say when you cut hard. That's exactly what Roland Holder did here. Left the bat and went down there very quickly. Didn't carry on the full to Alex Short, but it cut through that gap between the first Slip and the wicketkeeper quite smartly.
Well, Hooper's played a lot of good strokes in this innings. That's alongside any of them. That gentleman was playing at the start of this series. It's an especially good stroke from Kyle Hooper, and the reason is there was a hint of movement into the bat, and he just went with it, gave it a little flick.
Just drifting in a little bit. Unfortunately for Dean Headley, drifting to Kyle Hooper's arc. And away it goes.
Oh, yeah. Hit it so hard that the man was too wide to be able to do anything about it. That is a wonderful strike from Hooper. It brings up his 50, a most entertaining performance.
Not quite timed by Hooper, but good enough to bring up the West Indies 400. Terrific stroke. Now the West Indies captain has come out to have a look at the situation. Straight back over Rapakash's head. Another Hooper boundary, and that brings up the 100 partnership between Holder and Hooper. And it also takes the West Indies lead to 300.
Oh, that'll be 4. I don't know whether Dean Headley lost it. He seemed to turn away. It was pretty well played by Holder. He swiveled round and stayed in control. Well done. He's got away. The caught and bowled just on the brink of the close of play. Indeed, it is the close of play.
Nice looking shot. Nice way to get off the mark. Pulled away through straight mid-wicket. In the air and taken. Short stay for Junior Murray. Easily taken by Nasser Hussain at mid-off. And a deserved wicket for Dean Headley.
He'll be very disappointed with this, Junior Murray. He got an ideal opportunity here, brought back into the team to get some run. He has failed on this occasion, though. It's worked up the 8 for 6.
Franklin Rose comes in at number 8 in front of Curtly Ambrose. It's gone very fine. Caddick's done well.
must be very close. Must surely be close, and is out. You just felt that Steve Buckner, who tends to delay before he gives an LBW, had it in for Franklin Rose. Good and straight from Caddick, and not much of a forward stroke from Rose.
Trapped on the crease. Franklin Rose with no real discernible foot movement, a grope forward, ends in LBW for Andrew Caddick. West Indies 465 for 7.
Curtly Ambrose is the new batsman. Hit that really hard, Carl Hooper. So hard that the man out at deep square leg, only 2 or 3 yards from the line of the stroke, had no chance. Ambrose is the man on strike. 2 slips, 3 in the cover ring, a mid-wicket and a mid-on. That's a clever stroke from Ambrose because there's no third man down, and it'll allow Hooper to come back and get on strike. Ambrose has 3 to his name. Hooper has 5 more balls this over. Every picture tells a story. He's got it. Not with his most convincing stroke, but he's got it all the same. That is a marvellous Test match 100 from Carl Hooper. Fine stroke play, providing rich entertainment. And what a response from the dressing room. Thank you. Just give yourself an iota of room and smash England's quick bowler back over his head. Oh, that's a huge hit. Into the top tier, I think, or certainly just underneath it, of the new Richie Richardson stand.
Good job they put this stand in, otherwise that would have been straight down the main street of St John's. Brilliant blow from Curtly Ambrose.
Brian Lara has made his own signal. There it is. Decision by the West Indies captain to put an end to the misery for England. He declares with the score at 500 for 7.
That was Hooper's 9th Test century. He was just one of the West Indian batsmen to profit from dropped catches. Curtly Ambrose got himself nicely loosened up for bowling. England were hugely disappointing in the field. With the exception of Fraser, they couldn't hold the line and length. Headley's final no-ball count was 20. So that's the situation. England need to score 373 to avoid an innings defeat, all to bat for almost 2 days. This is the first over. Courtney Walsh is bowling to Mike Atherton.
And Atherton gets off the mark. He'll pick up 2 here. Not unusual to find Ambrose beating the outside edge. Very close to the outside edge.
Well played from Alex Stewart. His feet weren't quite right, but as ever with England's stroke playing opener, his timing is almost extraordinary. That'll go for 4. With nobody there, it's inside the line of the leg slip fielder, who is very well positioned. It's quite risky, I'd say, for Atherton to be playing at that ball. Well, I think that bounced over middle and off. Maybe that's a bit of fortune he needs.
Great effort there from Courtney Ambrose. Just missing that off stump.
And some pace. That was quick. That surprised Stewart. Curtly Ambrose to bowl to Alex Stewart. More good timing. Strong area for Stewart, anywhere on the offside, particularly square of the wicket. Oh yes, that's the best of all of them so far. Almost classical in his position, and more of a punch than a full follow through, but nicely played. That hit. He's signalling shoulder. It's a very quick delivery from Franklin Rose.
Cyril Mitchley seemingly agreeing with Alex Stewart. Let's have another good look at this. Look at this very closely. Hits the bat, I would think.
I reckon that a little Antiguan music and Antigua beverage would have had something to do with their mood during the lunch break. Courtney Walsh back after lunch, and picked off for a couple.
Well, Ambrose is going to try his luck at the Factory Road end.
Got him. Ambrose gets Atherton yet again with the first ball of a new spell, and Mike Atherton's 30th birthday ends in disappointment.
A long walk-off for Michael Atherton. Will it be his last walk-off a cricket ground as England captain? LBW once again to Curtly Ambrose. A lot of movement there. Atherton in front of middle and off. The ball has moved about 6 inches. Looks fair enough. The familiar celebration, but no celebration for Michael Atherton.
Mark Butcher, the left-hander, has replaced his captain Michael Atherton. Cracking stroke. Really, very difficult stroke to make off the back foot. They're pretty sure they've got him, and they have. A pair for Mark Butcher. Ambrose strikes again, and England have lost their second wicket for 49.
Desperately disappointed, Mark Butcher makes his way off the field. But we've seen this so often before. Ambrose gets the first chink in the armour, and then nobody in the world exploits it better than the tall Antiguan. He loves taking wickets at home. He's accounted for Mark Butcher. A pair for the Surrey left-hander. England 49 for 2.
Nasser Hussain comes in. 2 wickets in successive overs for Curtly Ambrose, and England ready up against it now. Fine stroke to get off the mark with. First delivery, and it'll go all the way. Stood up straight, put it away well, Hussain.
Beautiful back foot force from Stewart, racing away for 4. That's away square on the offside again, timed beautifully. And 4 more for Alex Stewart.
Well executed shot. 47 not out, Alex Stewart. Just 77 balls.
Put him on the move and think it was outside the line. England are 68 for 2.
I think this is an interesting shout from Courtney Walsh. Now, it's where it hits Alex Stewart. Now he moves, but that hits him pretty much in line. But what saves him is the fact that he's on the move. And it's very, very difficult then for an umpire to judge.
Oh, that's good from Ambrose, and streaky 4 for Nasser Hussain.
Yes.
50. A well-played 52. Full of good, clean stroke play and plenty of guts against the new ball. Perfect reply. You give me a couple of bounces and I'll elegantly drive you down the ground. Both bounced and moved off the seam, and Stewart is seeing the ball so well that he made a last-minute adjustment. Have a look how he opens the face, even though he's playing away from his body, and times it.
Been hit for 4 there, dropping fractionally short. And Stewart has thumped it through mid-wicket.
Philo Wallace doing the fielding from short leg, and that brings up the 50 partnership between Alex Stewart and Nasser Hussain. Beautiful stroke. The ball gathering pace over the outfield. Probably the best shot of this England second innings. This time behind point. Very good over for Alex Stewart. There goes the shot. That'll beat Rose and go for 4. very nearly did buy a wicket.
If there's one man you wouldn't want to be standing at mid-off when you're hitting in the air, it's Curtly Ambrose, 6'6", and Ambrose has put him down. It was a difficult chance. It was high above Ambrose, and he's well off the ground. It's just a fingertip effort.
Even Ambrose won't get that.
Googly from Ramnarine that Hussain did not pick.
Doesn't bowl many of them.
See a lot more for the West Indies. Two spinners in operation. Hooper has had a very good series with the ball. Ramnarine has looked very good in his debut series. Certainly gives a balance to the attack.
Again, Nasser Hussain not looking comfortable at all against the leg spin here. That's hit the gloves and really could have gone anywhere. That was a tremendous stop there from Chandrapal. It doesn't carry. It's whipped away with a turn and down. Just bouncing maybe a foot in front of him.
Got it. So Hooper gets another wicket. His 15th of the series. 127 for 3, and the spinners after the break have always looked as if they were going to take a wicket, and short goes.
We were just commenting neither of these two look particularly comfortable against spin, and Alex Stewart whipping this away inside edge onto the pad. It might even have caught the glove on the way up as well. But there's any doubt. Alex Stewart goes for a very well played 79. England 127 for 3.
New batsman is the left-handed Graham Thorpe. Comes in to replace Alex Stewart. Right through everything. Through the batsman, through the keeper. Both beaten.
Well, this must have gone over the top of the off stump. I can only feel that because it turns quite a lot out the rough. Oh, and that is a coat of varnish.
You won't see a hop longer than that. And put away. That's the second one we've had from Ramnarine. The first one not quite as short. This one almost hit him on his toes.
Now, this is about the length that Curtly Ambrose bowls. And it really is a buffet ball. You help yourself to 4 runs.
He's got it between the fielders. He got it on top of it, swept it well. Not that Ramnarine were too worried about that. The runs really are inconsequential here.
Googly, which turned a lot, but gave Hussain room to cut it away backward a point. And pick up 3.
I've seen Ramnarine Googly is pitching pretty wide of off stump. He spins it a long way, Ramnarine. But he certainly has to be pitching a bit closer to the off stump instead of that wide.
Plenty of turn and bounce. Oh, quicker ball from Hooper. Frustration and annoyance shown by Hussain as he nibbled at that. It nearly carried to Lara.
I don't think he really has any reason to be annoyed there. Nasser saying that's a good ball. Didn't spin back in, just kept on going straight with the arm.
Well, talk me through that shot. Can only at best get him 1 run. I suppose it may get him 4 if he gets it fine enough, but can't get it fine from here. And it's a huge risk. We'll just get 2 there down to deep square leg. Nasser Hussain has studied the art of playing spin bowling with Keith Fletcher, who was regarded as one of the finest players of spin by playing the ball very late.
.48 balls for 10 runs for Thorpe.
No, well, you can't really appeal for that. It's pitched outside leg stump. Just a little bit overexcited, the West Indians.
Well, that certainly would have hit the stumps, but once it's pitching outside leg, the umpire is obliged to say not out.
Oh, that's just about the perfect leg break.
He's turning these balls off the normal surface. Ramnarayan, that's not pitching in the rough by any means. Really getting it to go.
.50 for Nasser Hussain. Well done. That's been hard work for him. He's not in his best form, but he's shown that he's strong mentally and that he's able just to resist what the West Indies have to throw at him and make something of what's been a slightly disappointing tour. Thorpe cuts. Gets away with something aerial through the gully area because it was going so quickly. Got out cutting to Hooper a few times on the tour. It's 164 for 3 now. Well, whatever he was trying, it nearly worked.
Very nearly leg before theory.
Well, they're enjoying themselves out there. Not too interested in the cricket at the present time. We've had a slow period. Just to the left of Lara. The cut shot which has got Graham Thorpe in trouble against the Hooper so often in the series. Just eluding the left-handed slip.
Pushed through a bit quicker by Hooper, and that's what deceived Thorpe. The pace of the delivery, and it went like a bullet to the left of Brian Lara.
No ball and 4. A very rusty old loosener indeed from Curtly Ambrose. And Hussain dispatches it easily to the boundary.
You don't get too many balls like this from Curtly Ambrose, short and wide. And lots of attacking fielders, so lots of gaps in the outfield.
50 partnership is up between Hussain and Thorpe. It's taken a long while. 2 hours and 246 balls. Well, Ambrose has bent his back there. Don't see him bowl that many bounces these days.
Good bounce there for Curtly Ambrose, but he really had to bang that in quite short to get it that high.
West Indies just starting to get a little bit desperate for this breakthrough. These two have been together a long time. Well, it's gone through to Lara, but not on the full.
This is the one occasion that Curtly Ambrose would have loved to have seen that ball going through at a greater pace. Good, genuine edge, ball pushed across the body of the left-hander. Upright seam, beautiful bowling. But just not carrying to Brian Lara. Just falling short, and not a long way short.
It's a terrific stroke from Hussain. Too short and wide from Franklin Rose. He's duly punished. That'll run away fine. Nice leg glance.
Fine stroke. West Indies fast bowlers have been very short today in the brief play we've had, and that's a fine stroke.
It's quite deliberate. He's always trying to get under it, get it up and over the slip cord, and only a yard or so short of being the maximum 6.
Another no ball. So things really not going well for the West Indies early on. Early wicket certainly would have perked them up. Of course, they do have a 2-1 lead in the series. Ambrose, as is so often the case when he goes around the wicket, tends to overstep the front crease.
I was a little surprised he took the new ball so early this morning. So you can have plenty of people around the bat, little edge onto the pad or anything, 1 wicket, and then maybe he'll take the new ball. I was a little surprised he took it after just a couple of overs.
Second no ball in succession. England's 200 is raised. 200 for 3. A very good effort by England in the second innings, especially after the loss of Atherton and Butcher in quick succession. It was 49 for 2. And with that huge deficit in first innings and so much time to go, rather dispirited in the field, one might have felt, well, it's going to be easy pickings for the West Indies, but Thorpe and Hussain have played really well.
If you saw those 3 nurses coming at you, you'd soon get out of bed.
Lovely shot. Long chase here for Walsh, who is now back on the field. He went off for that over. And they'll come back for 3. Not very convincing, that appeal.
It was certainly too high. And probably going down as well, as Junior Murray was starting to.
No ball. Put down by Walsh at backward square leg, but it was a no ball. Got both hands to it, but it's immaterial.
He's had a few problems with the short ball in this series, Nasser Hussain. He doesn't seem to know whether he's hooking it or whether he's ducking it. And that was a sort of strange shot. It's never in any control. Went a bit harder than most people thought. It's no ball, so probably rather irrelevant.
If you're not interested in watching the cricket, there's plenty of crowd to watch.
It's a good one. That's a good one. Movement there. We haven't seen a lot of it when the ball's been pitched up, but that will encourage the big man.
It's the pace of this delivery that draws Thorpe, and the movement which makes him just feel for that. He knows he shouldn't be doing it, and he does. There it goes. Just see it seam.
It's a pretty good stop. Franklin Rose is the man who gave chase. It's always difficult when there's a rope and a set of covers and a boundary board to contend with.
He's a big man as well, making sure that he gets the ball back before stepping over the rope. Look at this for a throw as well. 75 yards flat.
That was a quick delivery.
He's bowled one or two of those. One that Thorpe that he had to duck under earlier on, and that's just wide enough for Thorpe to sway out of the way. Watches the ball all the time, Graham Thorpe.
It's pretty fast as well, and that's hurt Graham Thorpe. Interesting to watch the replay and see exactly where it hit him. And look at Kirtley.
Graham Thorpe won't thank me for saying he very rarely gets into a mess against a short ball. This was a brute of a delivery, pitched wide outside leg stump and short.
Played. It didn't bounce anything like as high as Hussain first thought it would. And he just hung on for a split second before rolling his wrists.
I think this is what Nasser Hussain needs. He needs to play a couple of confident strokes to the short ball, just to banish the problems that he's had. And this is a good shot.
Ashley Cowan is the man on the right of the picture, Essex medium fast bowler who has had a funny old tour, really. Very, very little cricket, only one first-class wicket. Oh, we have Nasser Hussain on song. Another perfect example of the pull stroke.
Well, I said he needs to play a couple of them, and he's done it.
Thorpe joins in the fun with a thunderous hook stroke off Curtly Ambrose.
Well, what better response from a batsman who's been clipped on the arm from a short ball and next over to pull the ball away so emphatically as that before.
It's a magnificent stroke from Thorpe. Walsh had to pitch it very, very short indeed to get it up, giving Thorpe all the time in the world to swivel round and smack it for four.
Van der In's now into the attack.
Well, that's a nice gentle long hop to set Hussain on his way against the leg spinner. Takes him into the 90s.
Well, very much a loosener, and as we're saying, he's going to miss out on that. Short leg, I'm sure we'll be pleased to see that sailing over his head.
There's even another man round the bat now for Hussain. 5 close catches. Well, there's a shout from Junior Murray. Ramnarine's joined in. Steve Buckner says no.
This might be quite close if it's not pitched outside leg. Very difficult.
Well, he's on 95 now. Playing quite beautifully at the moment, Nasser Hussain. .250's up for England. Still only 3 wickets down. That's a splendid delivery from Ramnarine. Haven't seen him get that much turn that often.
Yeah, this goes a lot and bounces.
pass well read and well played by Thorpe. It was the googly that bounced. And Thorpe's got 3 and goes through to 51. Marvellous rearguard effort from Graham Thorpe. He's batted for 7 minutes short of 4 hours for that 50. Hooper to Hussain. And he's there. Hussain gets 100. Punches the air, raises his bat. In a quite brilliant defensive effort for England that could and should go a long way to saving this match for his country.
A very, very good knock from Nasser Hussain. A lot of people were doubting whether England would be able to bat through to save this game.
It's gone away backward of point for 4. A bit of football, Graham Thorpe. He was a pretty useful schoolboy footballer.
I think that was a bit dangerous, though. It's pretty difficult to see from that shot if his right foot was in the crease when he lifted the left one.
He's way out of his ground. Good spot, Michael.
Good cut shot. Waited for it. Guided it down towards backward point. So Graham Thorpe here can look forward to another Test 100. He got one in Barbados. Partnership now worth 150. They've been together now for over 4 hours. Umpire Bucknor just walks away. 278 for 3.
Over in the Viv Richards Pavilion, already the name of Nasser Hussain is up on the Test match hundreds board.
Lovely shot. Beautiful timing. Beautifully bowled. Round the wicket now.
This is Ramnarayan's most impressive bowling of this series.
Run out chance. Thorpe goes. Hussain is off. Thorpe pushing into the onside. Very close indeed as to which one should have gone, but it was Hussain who crossed, so that Thorpe will still have the opportunity to get his 100. Hussain has got his, and he goes run out.
Set off. That's what did for Nasser Hussain.
Let's have it from the straight on. Yes, no, back, forth. Come on, go. And Thorpe kept running and ran past Hussain. Mark Ramprakash must have been wondering whether he would have got a hand this afternoon. Well, he's out there now.
Bowled in. Gone through everything. Great disappointment for Mark Ramprakash. The West Indies may not think this is over now. The crowd certainly don't. There's a lot of cricket left to play. Jack Russell is the new batsman for England. He took a long time to emerge from the pavilion.
He's getting older by the minute as well. Not to mention Greer.
Well, there's the sweep. He's moving well today. from Lara.
A lot of pressure now on the umpires. They're going to be getting quite a few appeals. That ball passing between bat and pad, brushing the pad on the way through.
Junior Murray asks the question. Once again, the answer's no.
Went a long way in the air to give Junior Murray time to get around. Well, that definitely looks as if it hit a bit of bat there.
That was pad first, and Cyril Mitchley gives Russell out. Lara and Walsh have got it right. Courtney Walsh picks up the wicket of his teammate Jack Russell.
Jack Russell was very late in coming forward here. He's on the back foot and then coming forward pretty late. It's 312 for 6.
An hour or so ago, Dean Headley was in the dressing room enjoying the big stand between Nasser Hussain and Graham Thorpe. He's now out there with the Surrey left-hander, replacing Jack Russell. Big shout this time. It's Buckner's finger that goes up. Headley's gone. England in desperate trouble now. They're 7 down for 313. They're still 60 runs behind the West Indies. This really was a top-class piece of wicket-keeping. Andrew Caddick is the man who now joins Graham Thorpe. Trying to pause after that.
Said it's edge of your seat stuff if you're an England supporter. The West Indians are bouncing up and down in the bleachers. The band is going more noisily than it has done at any time during this Test match. Whereas England supporters are biting their nails. We're all set. Walsh to Caddick. There's a big appeal. Steve Buckner says that's out. And Caddick has gone. England are 8 wickets down. Or a bit of resolute defence as Andy Caddick has been undone by Courtney Walsh. Thin edge. Angus Fraser strides to the wicket. Got it away, evaded the leg slip, and it's gone for 4. Courtney Walsh itching to get on with it. Fraser, all concentration. He's gloved it, and he's gone. Caught by Chanderpaul at third slip. Courtney Walsh is in devastating form in the twilight of his career.
Effort's gone into that delivery. They don't come much easier than that.
He's in his 31st over, Courtney Walsh. He's now taken 374 Test match wickets, and he's just 2 behind Malcolm Marshall. England's last man, Philip Tufnell, with probably no more than 10 or 15 minutes until it gets too dark. Well, bat and boot keeps it out. Short legs have all come in a couple of paces. So's the silly mid-off. It's lobbed up. And he's given out.